The paper record era of exploration geophysics extended from 1930 to around 1960.
In so many different dimensions, oil was a critical factor, whether in decisions to go to war by Japan. Hitler's objectives in invading Russia were not only crushing communism, but gaining the oil of Baku. And then in the conduct of the war, within the larger battle, there was certainly, within the larger war, there was an oil war in terms of supply because oil was so critical.
Fieldwork has always made brutal demands on geophysicists. It requires patience and ingenuity, and often means enduring harsh conditions in desolate environments.
We all think of ourselves as doodlebuggers, but mostly it's a term that's applied to the field crews, the guys that acquire the data, and they they deserve all the credit that they can get because they have a pretty tough life
compared to what we do nowadays. But the big difference was those geophones that we hustled down the road weighed 17 pounds apiece, and so it was a different world. But we didn't have very many of them, one of them per trace, and only 6 traces on the crew.
There would be a party chief running the crew. Sometimes there would be a party manager to supervise the operations out in the field. They would have an observer. The observer is the man who actually made the observations, the measurements. You had a shooter who would provide the energy source for the operation, usually dynamite.
So you have those people in the middle of nowhere, in places that are not very friendly, I would say, either the desert or the jungle or the mountains or the Arctic. And they have to deploy that gear and record data. And of course, Murphy's Law, nothing goes according to plan, so you need to improvise and make sure you get your gear working and collect data.
Part of the lifestyle on a geophysical crew is keeping everything going, and it's an expensive operation. So if something breaks down and it's not quite your own expert discipline, you fix it yourself, generally.
Some of the advances in the paper record era included the truck-mounted shot hole drill in 1931, the first use of multiple geophones in a group in 1933, and the beginning of commercial marine seismic surveying in 1937 by Western Geophysical. Later advances included the commercial deployment of the airborne magnetometer in 1946, the introduction of analog magnetic recording in 1952, the introduction of vibroseis technology, which was developed by Conoco in 1953, and the common seismic reflection point method by Harry Main in 1956. These developments and others led to new techniques and new tools that further advanced the field of geophysics. The SEG realized early on that geophysicists who made such significant contributions to the profession, the science, or the society deserved special recognition.
We have a series of awards that over the years have been added to and have developed into a group that sort of complements what most of our membership are doing and honors those who have contributed either in the way of service to the society, service to the outside community, or in technical fields, or in cases like the Ewing Medal, in all of those areas, so that's a very prestigious award to receive from your peers.
We give those awards both to say thank you to those who've gone before and done great things and been examples to us, and also to bring attention to those people amongst the new members of our community, to give them a little bit of a guidance and a role model and someone to aspire to be like.
In 1947, SEG established an official code of ethics for members. This code established a standard that further distinguished SEG members as being the leaders, the most qualified, and most respected in the field of exploration geophysics.
As the society grew and more people came into the society, it became more necessary to protect yourself from unethical procedures or unethical operations. And so our ethics, I think, basically define what we've always really followed, but we followed originally just because we were gentlemen.
It's clear that the basis is, from a commercial standpoint, is based on the sensitivity of the information that geophysicists would be dealing with.
It's the one thing you have to sign when you sign up as a member, that you have read it and you will abide by it.
It's a vital element in what we do because there's a high degree of secrecy involved. This data that we gather is very expensive. It belongs to our clients, and it doesn't belong to us. The information is theirs, and our work and our product belongs to them.